Good evening and welcome to Dalton State College's May 2025 Commencement Exercises. I'm Dr. John Fitchko and I'm honored to serve as President of Dalton State. Thank you to the Dalton Whitfield Community Band for participating in our ceremonies and for the inspiring processional. The Dalton High School Junior ROTC Color Guard will now present the colors, and the Dalton State Songbirds will lead us in the national anthem. Please stand as you are able. It is also traditional for gentlemen to remove your headgear and place your hand over your hearts. Veterans may stand at the position of attention.
Breathe that out.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there, still there. Oh,
Right. Face. Forward. March.
You may be seated. Honored guests, faculty, staff, family members, and most especially members of the 2025 graduating class. It is my honor and privilege to welcome you to the commencement ceremonies at Dalton State College. I would like to introduce the other members of the stage party. Please hold your applause until I've introduced each of the members. Stage party members, please stand as I call your name. I will start with members of the college's executive cabinet. Dr. Tammy Byron, here for the provost. She is the associate provost and professor of history. Dr. Jody Johnson, vice president for student success and enrollment management. Mr. David Lasico, vice president for fiscal affairs. Dr. Kate Main, vice president for marketing, communications, and workforce development. Ms. Lori McCarty, assistant vice president for human resources. Our academic deans, Dr. Jamie Connors, interim dean of the Wright School of Business. Dr. Sharon Hickson, dean of the School of Education. Dr. Randall Griffiths, dean of the School of Arts and Sciences. And finally, some special guests, Ms. Barbara Rivera Holmes, Georgia's Commissioner of Labor, a former member of the Board of Regents, and this evening's speaker. Mr. Cooper Terry, Bachelor of Arts in History and Secondary Education, and this evening's student speaker. Dr. Forrest Blackburn, Associate Professor of Spanish, Director of our PACE program, and the reader for our ceremony. Dr. Bryn Monroe, our Assistant Vice President of Enrollment Management. Dr. Barbara Tucker, Chair of the Communications Department, Professor of Communications, and as the senior-most faculty member present this evening, the standard bearer and soon-to-be retiree. Where's Dr. Tucker? Yes, there she is. Laura Alton Swindell, President of Dalton State Alumni Association Society of 63 and a 2020 Dalton State graduate. Patton Picard, SGA President and a student in our Bachelor's of Applied Science in Engineering Technology degree program. I would also like to ask Dr. Jamie Hall, our Assistant Vice President for Student Affairs and Dean of Students, and Dr. Elizabeth Hutchins, Assistant Provost and Assistant Vice President for Student Success, who led the students into the arena this evening to stand and be recognized. Thank you, all of them. Graduates, on behalf of the faculty, staff, and administration, I extend our heartiest congratulations to each of you. We are all proud of your dedication, perseverance, and accomplishments in reaching this goal in your educational journey, and we look forward to your future achievements as you enter your professional career or prepare for further study. You are the most important group here, and we celebrate with you. No matter what the future holds, the education you received at Dalton State will be a powerful asset, and no one can take that from you. What you have earned has prepared you for the next step in your life. You are joining tens of thousands of other Dalton State graduates who have gone on to lead productive and rewarding lives, and in the process have improved the quality of life in their communities. Congratulations on a job well done. I now invite Patton Picard to bring remarks on behalf of the Student Government Association. Patton.
Good evening. I'm Patton Picard, your Dalton State SGA President for the 2024 to 25 academic year. To the esteemed faculty, dedicated staff, advisors, mentors, loved ones, honored guests, and especially my fellow students. Tonight, we celebrate a huge achievement, the graduation of Dalton State College's class of 2025. And this moment reflects your incredible hard work, dedication, and grit. Each of you has faced challenges head-on and grown immensely and shaped a future full of potential. Think back to the memories and friendships made here, from those late-night study sessions fueled by caffeine to the roar of support at Roadrunner games. Every experience has shaped who you are today. The bonds you've created with peers, professors, and mentors are lasting connections. They'll be a source of support and inspiration as you move forward. As you step into the next chapter, remember that learning never ends. Embrace every opportunity with an open mind and a brave heart. The world is eager for your unique contributions, and I'm confident you'll make a real impact. The lessons you've learned and the friendships you've made at Dalton State College will be the bedrock for your future. Dalton State has equipped you with the tools to succeed. Now it's your turn to take the knowledge and make a difference. Whether you stay local or explore new horizons, carry the spirit of Dalton State with you always. From the Dalton State Student Government Association, a massive congratulations to the class of 2025. Your journey is just beginning, and the best is yet to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Patton, and it is now my honor to introduce our keynote speaker this evening, Barbara Rivera Holmes. She was sworn in as the 11th Commissioner of the Georgia Department of Labor and as the state's first Latina constitutional officer on April 4th, 2025 by Governor Brian Kemp. The Georgia Department of Labor is pivotal to the state's economic health, providing essential services such as unemployment insurance, job placement, and workforce development programs. These services are vital for supporting individuals and businesses, ensuring that Georgia's market labor remains robust, and supporting Georgia's reputation as the nation's #1 state for doing business for how many years now? 11 years in a row. Commissioner Holmes' extensive experience includes appointments by former Governor Nathan Deal to the Board of Regents of the University System of Georgia, which oversees Georgia's 26 public colleges and universities, and by former Lieutenant Governor Jeff Duncan as co-chair of the Georgia Innovates Task Force, which helped design the state's technology blueprint. Her contributions have been recognized with a congressional commendation from U.S. Senator John Ossoff and multiple accolades from the Georgia Hispanic Chamber of Commerce and Georgia Trend magazine. A former journalist, Commissioner Holmes has earned awards for her excellence in journalism from the Georgia Associated Press. She holds degrees in journalism and Spanish from Florida Southern College and studied in Spain at Estudios Amper Internacional. A native of San Juan, Puerto Rico, Holmes resides in Albany, with her husband and their daughter. I will say I've known Commissioner Holmes from when she was appointed to the Board of Regents some years ago, and she's an absolutely delightful colleague. When you work for the Board of Regents, you have 19 bosses, and she's one of the best. So it was such a pleasure, and we're very glad to have her here this evening. So please join me in welcoming Commissioner Barbara Rivera Holmes.
Well, good evening. It is a pleasure to be with you today, and I did have the pleasure of being on the Board of Regents when we appointed Dr. Futchko to be your president. It was the right decision then, and it's been validated ever since, so thank you so much for your great leadership of this important institution. Well, hi, Roadrunners. It really is an incredible day, and I am so happy and delighted to be honored to be here with you today to celebrate your achievements during this Dalton State College Spring Commencement. Before we get started, I want you to picture a roadrunner for just a moment. It is small but mighty, quick on its feet, eyes locked forward, legs moving faster than doubt can catch up. A roadrunner doesn't waste time circling the sky or waiting for perfect conditions. No, it trusts its feet, its focus, and its grit. And just like that, it races headlong into what's next. Today, class of 2025, you are those roadrunners. You've met challenges head on, you've stayed focused, and now you're ready to sprint into the next chapter, unstoppable and unshakable. But before I dive in, I have a confession to make. I really wanted to bring my daughter Alex today. She is obsessed with documenting every family moment. But instead of bringing her, I made her a promise. So if you would indulge me for just a moment, we're gonna take a selfie, okay? Are we gonna do this? First, we're gonna do one here, and then here, okay? First, all right. Smile. All right, and one here. Fantastic, thank you so much. Thank you. I really can now prove to my preteen that I actually do sometimes do cool things. So don't worry, there are no filters necessary for this crowd because you really do look graduation day perfect. And speaking of filters, we live in an era of Instagram, TikTok, and Snapchat stories. With just a few taps, you can edit your life into something that looks flawless, picture perfect without the messiness of reality. But here's what I've learned about success that nobody posts in their highlight reel. It is not the polished, filtered versions of ourselves that change the world. It's the authentic ones, the ones who embrace their unique journey, flaws and all. We live in a culture that celebrates perfection, perfect selfies, perfect GPAs, perfect careers. But the truth is this, life won't be easy, but you can do hard things. Think about it. You don't scroll through social media looking for another perfect influencer to follow. You connect with people who are genuine, who share their struggles along with their victories. The world doesn't need another filtered version of someone else. The world needs you, your authentic, sometimes messy, perfectly imperfect self. So today, I challenge you, connect with your purpose. Let's be real for a moment. We all have that voice in our head that sometimes says, who do you think you are? And you're not ready yet. Or my personal favorite, maybe tomorrow will be better. I bet some of you heard that voice during finals week or when you were deciding to apply for that competitive internship. Or maybe you hear it right now, wondering what comes next after graduation. Here's the secret. That voice never completely goes away. Not for me, not for anyone in this room. The difference is what you do when that voice starts talking. Find something that matters to you so deeply that it drowns out that voice. Something that gets you out of bed when you'd rather pull the covers over your head. Something that made those all-nighters and challenging assignments worth it. That's your purpose, and it needs to be louder than your doubts. You know, looking out at all of you today, I can't help but feel like we're sharing a very special moment in history. There's something beautiful about me standing here as Georgia's first Latina Labor Commissioner speaking to you, the graduating class of Dalton State. This campus is special, not just because so many of you share my Hispanic heritage, but because Dalton State sounds proudly as Georgia's first Hispanic serving institution. Dalton State is a beacon of opportunity and transformation in Northwest Georgia, offering a vibrant, inclusive learning environment that empowers leaders to reach their fullest potential. And you are Dalton State's legacy. I remember my own graduation day. I sat exactly where you're sitting now, but in Florida, filled with possibility. And I thought, this is it. This, today, is it. And I can make anything happen. And you know what's amazing? 20-something years later, I still feel that way. Every single day, I get starry-eyed and excited about what's possible. That sense of wonder does not go away if you don't let it. But between that bright-eyed graduation day and standing here with you today, I've learned that optimism alone is not enough. Dreams matter, but grit, discipline, and resilience are what turn dreams into reality when things get tough. And they will get tough. And grit, that's not something I picked up from a textbook and from a TED Talk. I learned it around my family's kitchen table, watching the people I love overcome impossible odds. And I am not talking about grits. Though being in the South, I know you appreciate both. One goes well with butter and cheese, but the other is what gets you through life's challenges. Let me tell you a story. In 1961, my family fled Fidel Castro's Cuba, abandoning everything they'd built over generations. And I mean everything: their home, their businesses, family photos, family heirlooms. My grandparents arrived in America with just one suitcase and $25 to their name. No English, no connections, nothing but each other in a fierce determination to build something new. They registered as political exiles at the Freedom Tower in Miami, then headed to Puerto Rico, where many years later I was eventually born. Here's the thing about my family. We're fighters. And I say that with love, and you can ask my husband all about it, and our daughter has definitely inherited that trait. My abuelo, my grandfather, used to take my face in his hands and say, Barbarita, hay que lograr y hay que mejorar. We must achieve and we must improve. Y la única manera es luchando pa'lante. The only way forward is forging and fight. Not fighting against others, but fighting for something better, for possibility. When I was in high school, my mother unexpectedly became a widow and we became fatherless. I watched her, heartbroken and exhausted, somehow find the strength to raise 3 kids between ages 11 and 14, which is a tough age, as you may know. She'd work all day, and then she would drive us to band practice, to sports games, to academic ceremonies, all while grieving. She never said, I can't do this. She just kept moving, luchando pa'lante, forward and fight. And that's what real grit looks like. So when I talk about doing hard things, I'm not just throwing out some inspirational phrase. I've seen what it means to face impossible challenges and to keep going anyway. When you hit those roadblocks, and you will, don't take the detour. See challenges as your invitation to show up, not check out. You will have moments of doubt, absolutely. But living below your potential should scare you so much more than trying and failing. What I've learned since my college days is that progress doesn't travel in a straight line. Success isn't a smooth ride down 75. It's more like a winding mountain trail, unmarked in places, full of sharp turns, surprise detours, and the kind of obstacles that test both your footing and your spirit. But along that trail, if you keep moving, you'll also stumble upon moments that take your breath away, sweeping views that remind you why you set out in the first place. And standing here at Dalton State with the Northwest Georgia mountains rising around you, you know exactly what I mean. Like the old saying goes, the mountains are calling and I must go. So I encourage you to answer that call, step onto your trail, even if you can't see the turn ahead. Your path unfolds step by step, and clarity emerges moment by moment. What's waiting for you is worth it. Beyond finding your purpose, there's something equally essential, finding your community. No one achieves greatness in isolation. Here's something else I've learned along the way. Nobody, and I mean nobody, does great things alone. You need your people, your tribe, your brigade, whatever you want to call them. Think about your favorite heroes. Batman and Alfred, Spider-Man and Aunt May. The point is, every success story is a support system that made it possible. Behind every mask, every shield, every victory is someone who said, I believe in you, even when the odds seem impossible. Relationships take time, and you don't meet someone today and trust them with your deepest dreams tomorrow. The real ones, the people who will tell you that you've got spinach in your teeth, and when you're selling yourself short, those relationships are built day by day. Sometimes the most important thing someone can do for you is remind you of who you are when you have forgotten. Be brave and ask the questions. Be humble enough to listen when they tell you something you don't want to hear, and develop the wisdom to see the decisions that you need to make and the courage to make them. Throughout your careers and your lives, you will make mistakes. I do, we all do. Some mistakes will be small and some will be big. Own them, remember them, even celebrate them. I ask my daughter every day, what was your best mistake today? And I ask myself that too. It's so we can learn from our missteps and use the lessons to help us grow and make better decisions next time. Here are a few things that have shaped my mindset over the years. The cost of perfection is inaction. Choose progress over perfection. Rule your mind or it will rule you. And worry solves nothing. The unknown is where all possibilities exist, so enter it with grace. This is really one of my favorites. Slay resistance and take action. Fail often and fail fast. Finish strong. Leave nothing important unsaid. Courage changes behavior. Direct the mind towards solutions, not problems, and design your path. I believe that the two most transformative things a person can earn are an education and a job. It's why I served on the Board of Regents of the university system, why I led the Albany Area Chamber of Commerce, and why I now serve as Georgia's Labor Commissioner. Without talented, skilled, and creative people like you, employers cannot succeed. You are their most valuable asset. You are our most valuable asset. And your choices from this day forward will help realize the economic opportunity and prosperity of this community and our region. Your choices will afford a better life for you and for those close to you, and very likely for people you don't know and will never meet. Remember, these achievements won't happen overnight, and life's greatest achievements don't belong to the fastest. They belong to the ones who stuck around. Take your time, find your rhythm, and trust your destination is worth every step of the way. As St. Catherine of Siena said, find your purpose and you will set the world on fire. You know what I've discovered along the way as well? Is that real competition isn't about the person running beside you or that overachiever who makes everything look effortless. Your real competition is staring back at you in the mirror each morning. It's the person you were yesterday. So each day you should wake up trying to just be a little bit better than you were the day before. And here's another secret nobody tells you. It's not about the days when you feel inspired. It's about the Tuesdays, the random, ordinary Thursdays when you feel tired, uninspired, but you show up anyway. Discipline and consistency are not glamorous. They rarely make the highlight reel, but they're the superpower that turn dreams into reality. The people who change the world aren't always the most talented. They're the ones who keep showing up, especially when no one is watching. Look, none of us has all the answers, not me, not your professors, not even that friend who sometimes seems to have everything mapped out in a color-coded spreadsheet, and we all have that friend. Life is not about having all the answers. It's a puzzle not to be solved. It's a mystery to be lived. So, class of 2025, as you soar from here, bring your whole authentic self to whatever you do. Find your people, the ones who make you better. Take the risks that scare you the most. They're usually the ones worth taking. And when you get tired, because you will get tired, don't give up. Just rest. Catch your breath, then take flight again. And remember what I told you at the beginning, that you can do hard things. Not because hard things are easy. Not because you won't stumble or doubt yourself along the way. You can do hard things because that's what you were made for. When the path gets steep, when the terrain gets rough, when others might give up, that's where roadrunners find their stride. And that's what this education has prepared you for. That's what your family history, your personal story, your unique journey has been building all along. Luchando pa'lante, forward and fight. Onward, class of 2025. The world is waiting. It's time to go run your race. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Holmes, and it is now my honor to introduce Cooper Terry, who I introduced earlier this evening, who will deliver our student remarks for this evening's commencement. Cooper.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Cooper Terry, and I'm honored to be standing on this stage in front of you today. First and foremost, thank you all for being here tonight, supporting your graduate. I can honestly say that it means the world to us graduating tonight that each and every one of you is in the crowd cheering us on. It is amazing to see so many great people, whether they are close friends or family, here encouraging their loved ones to pursue their dreams by getting a degree here at Dalton State. Once again, thank you. This student body truly appreciates your presence here tonight. Before I officially begin talking about the content of this speech, I would be remiss if I did not take a few minutes to glorify and praise my God, Jesus Christ, who has led me through each step of the way. As you'll see momentarily, God has blessed me in so many ways over the past 4 years, and I would not be standing up here today if it weren't for his faith and love for me. I praise and thank God for all the great people he's put in my life, all of his support along my journey, and his constant guidance through my academic career. Christ is alive today, and he lives in the hearts of those who put faith in him. I would also like to take a moment to thank my parents, my grandparents, my sisters have asked me to take their part out of the speech, and then other loved ones who have helped me get to this point today. I love you all, and I appreciate your support and the assistance getting me to this point in my career. Prior to diving into the collegiate portion of his speech, I would like to briefly tell you a little bit more about myself. As mentioned previously, my name is Cooper Terry, and I grew up just down the road in Ringgold, Georgia. And since I was a little kid, I've always loved doing three things most of all, and they were playing any and every sport that I could get my hands on, going fishing, and learning about history. Looking back on my childhood, I know now that all of these have shaped me into the person I am today and taught me so many great life lessons. Unsurprisingly, based on my childhood description, I continued to play sports in high school. I kept fishing whenever there was time. Most of my cohort knows that usually when I get out of class, I go fishing. And then I decided that I was going to be a history teacher when I graduated from Heritage High School in 2021. Leading up to my high school graduation, I decided that I would attend Georgia Southern University and study middle grades education with an emphasis on history. At the time, it seemed like the correct decision for me, but it only took me one semester to figure out that that was not the place that I needed to be. I decided to finish my freshman year up in South Georgia, but I ultimately knew I was going to transfer here to finish up my bachelor's degree. I was extremely happy with the decision initially, but I did not know back in 2022 that moving closer to home would be the best decision I could have made for myself. When I arrived here at Dalton State, I quickly picked up on three major themes or words that can summarize the college or my time spent here. These themes being potential, opportunity, and professionalism. Beginning with the first one, Dalton State revealed its potential to me in a moment's notice. There was potential to rekindle and maintain past friendships that I developed growing up in this area, like my wonder twin, Chase. I also got to create many new friendships and relationships with many new people, like my PES4 cohort that's graduating here tonight with me. I'm going to cherish all of these memories that I've made with y'all, and I'm proud to say that I'm graduating alongside y'all tonight. This college also revealed that it has a great campus atmosphere, and it gives students several options to pick from to get involved in extracurricular activities. While attending Dalton State, I participated in intramural sports. I've gone to a wide variety of campus events, and I represented the School of Education on numerous occasions, my favorite being when I went to eat breakfast with the legislators. This college turned out to be a great and perfect fit for me because it gave me plenty of choices that a bigger university would offer, while also feeling like a home because of its local and family-oriented nature. I've learned that Dalton State has so much potential, and just like anything in life, as long as you take chances and seize your moment, there is something out there for you. Additionally, this school has provided me with so many opportunities that it would be impossible for me to list all of them in a short amount of time. First of all, Dalton being the campus that I commute to has given me chances to get plugged into my local community in several ways. While attending Dalton State, I attended and volunteered at church. I worked a couple of different jobs. I was a substitute teacher, and I constantly hung out with my lifelong friend group. During my time at Dalton, I've continued my past friendships and met many great people along the way. Most importantly, while attending Dalton State, I met the love of my life, my beautiful fiancée, Ashlyn, who's here tonight. I can't wait to marry you on September 27th, and coming back home gave me the opportunity to meet her, and I will forever be grateful for her and the life that we will have. As you can see, this institution has given me the opportunity to develop important relationships and serve in my community. This school has also provided me with many opportunities that helped my professional development in my career in education. I know many of you know how our education program works here at Dalton, but many of you do not, so I'm going to enlighten you all for a second. Throughout our education program, students at Dalton work on your own coursework. You go to your own classes, while also maintaining a certain amount of field experience hours student teaching at a local school. We are essentially a poor man's version of Batman. We work all day, we work all night, and sometimes we have to put our body on the line. And every educator and parent here tonight knows that I'm not kidding if you've dealt with elementary, middle, or high school students in your life. Like I said, we're basically somewhat like Batman, minus the Batmobile and an infinite budget. In my case, I've been a full-time student while also being a student teacher at Dalton High School, North Whitfield Middle School, and Heritage Middle School. During my placement, which is what we call our student teaching, I've had the opportunity to learn from great teachers and build up many connections with veteran teachers and principals in our area. At Heritage Middle School, where I was last place, there was a teacher who moved away to a different region of Georgia in December. I guess she got tired of the wild middle school kids and she decided to make her run for it while she could. But all jokes aside, Heritage Middle School needed a teacher to fill that 7th grade social studies position, and I was eager to put my name in a race. Without hesitation, the education department here at Dalton recommended and approved me to take that position. And I've worked as a full-time long-term sub or teacher this whole entire semester while also attending my classes. I also coached the Heritage Middle School boys basketball team. And this past season, we managed to win the region championship. And I'm so proud of those kids, and I'm so grateful that I have a lasting impact on their lives on and off of the court. Dalton State gave me those opportunities. The education department trusted me to get the job done. And because of my hard work, next year I'll be teaching Georgia Studies at the same school. And I've also been named the head basketball coach at Heritage Middle School. Dalton State's support, trust, and contributions allowed me to be in the spot I am now. And I'll forever be grateful for the opportunities this school has given me. Finally, the third theme that I would describe Dalton State is professionalism. Throughout my Dalton State career, I've learned from so many great professors. And I can honestly say that I feel prepared for the quote-unquote real world. I've learned from so many great professors. I've learned during my field experience. And through countless professional development opportunities, I do feel prepared for adult life after college. Dalton has taught each and every one of us how to be professionals in our own crafts. And no matter what career you end up in, this is a skill that will go a long way. I'm confident that each student in this building graduating here tonight will excel in their chosen field, and they'll be great professionals. And this is thanks to your support, great advice and valuable advice received here at Dalton State, and the extraordinary work ethic of my peers that are graduating tonight. All in all, Dalton State has been a blessing to me in so many ways. It feels like home, and transferring here was the best decision that I could have made. People that go outside of their comfort zone are often rewarded, and as well as some of my peers, have been rewarded greatly just for doing that and stepping out here at Dalton. I hope that each student here has made the most of their time and is one step closer to achieving their lifelong dreams. Most importantly, I thank Dalton State because it saw my potential, and it gave me the chance to jumpstart my educational career. During my time at Dalton State, I've had opportunities to gain professional development, make friendships that will last forever, and gain a better respect for my community around me. Lastly, Dalton State has taught me what it means to be a professional, and I feel equipped, ready, and eager to take on the real world once I receive my degree here tonight. Thank you all so much for your time. I hope that everyone has a great rest of their night. And once again, thank you for attending this ceremony, cheering on your graduate. Thank you. God bless.
Thank you, Commissioner Holmes and Cooper. I'm sure that you noticed, as the students entered the arena, that they were led in by a fellow student who carried a banner known as a gonfalon with the name of the school on it. The students were selected by each of the schools based on criteria that included excellent GPA, leadership quality, and community service. The following students received that honor. Please rise when I call your name, and please hold your applause until all the names are read so that each student can be recognized. For the School of Arts and Sciences, Blake Arnold, Bachelor of Science in Mathematics. For the School of Education, Miriam Morales, Bachelor of Science in Education. You may be seated. Thank you. All graduates this evening have brought honor to themselves, to this institution, and to you, their families and friends, through their efforts to complete the requirements for their degrees and certificates. However, some have exceeded the minimum requirements and have earned recognition as honor graduates. I would like to call your attention to the honor graduates listed in the program. Students graduating with highest honors, summa cum laude, for degree students, with excellence for certificate students, have earned an A in every course taken at Dalton State College, a perfect 4.0 on a 4-point scale. Those graduating with high honors, magna cum laude for degree students, and with distinction for certificate students have maintained a grade point average of 3.75 or higher. Those graduating with honors, cum laude for degree graduates, and with merit for certificate graduates have maintained a grade point average of 3.5 or higher. The diplomas and certificates of these graduates are imprinted with the appropriate honor designations, and honor graduates were awarded silver honor cords in recognition of their achievement. In addition to the silver honor cord, other students have received additional cords that represent specific honor societies. Each honor society is identified by a particular color, or in some cases with a medallion. To assist in identifying the individual society for which the student received his or her honor, I would direct you to today's program for the complete listing. And now it is time to present the candidates of the Dalton State College graduating class of 2025. Will the candidates for the associate degrees please rise? Will the candidates for bachelor's degrees from the School of Arts and Sciences please rise? Will the candidates for bachelor degrees from the School of Education please rise? President Futchko, it is my privilege and pleasure on behalf of the faculty and staff of Dalton State College to present to you these candidates. They have completed all the requirements for their respective degrees, and they have been approved by the faculty. I present them to you for the confirmation of their degrees and certificates.
By the power and authority vested in me by the state of Georgia and the Board of Regents of the University System of Georgia, and upon the recommendation of the faculty of Dalton State College, who prescribe the academic requirements, and as president of Dalton State College, I solemnly and publicly confer upon each of you the degrees that you have earned as certified by the Vice President for Student Success and Enrollment Management and approved by the faculty with all the rights, responsibilities, and privileges appertaining thereto.
Each graduate has friends and family present who wish to hear the reading of the graduate's name. So, friends and families, please make some noise to support your graduate. But please quickly finish so that we can share the name of the next graduate and their family and friends can hear their name. Graduates listed in the printed program but unable to attend this evening receive their diplomas in absentia. Dr. Futchko will now award the diplomas.
The following individuals will now be awarded associate degrees. Jacob Daniel Cummings, summa cum laude. Timothy James DeForest, magna cum laude. Hannah Grace Eaton. Maria Elizabeth Elliott. Braden Dean Goforth, cum laude. David Hinojosa. Haley Ingram, magna cum laude. Chase Brandon Jackson. Brianna Jaquez. Aiden James Lofton. Jorge Martinez Gonzalez, summa cum laude. Gage A. Massengill. Christopher Orlando Ortiz, summa cum laude. Ella G. Peterson, magna cum laude. Brendan Chase Price. Jillian F. Priest. Francisco Kevin Ruiz. The following individuals will now be awarded bachelor degrees from the School of Arts and Sciences. Blake William Arnold, summa cum laude. Nicholas Jean Ackley. Brian Chase Adams. Emily Margarita Aldana. Rebecca Valeria Allen. Sean Amedi. Montserrat Anguiano, cum laude. Antonio Arias. Dakota James Banker. Cindy P. Becerra. Lorena Beganovich. Joseph William Bergman, magna cum laude. Reagan Brady, magna cum laude. Catherine Britton. Dylan Bryson. Jonathan Caldwell. Hernan Antonio Cardoso. Jonathan Carver, cum laude. Jennifer M. Castro Cardero. Lindsay Couch. Madison Cox. Sarah Crockett, summa cum laude. Josie Annalie Crowder. Michelle Valledor de Loraya. Andrea Rebecca Dixon, cum laude. Chelsea Lynn Dill, cum laude. Giselle G. Dominguez, cum laude. Aisa Samantha Estrada. Nicolás Garcia Hernández. Caitlin A. Garner, summa cum laude. Juliana Elizabeth Getty. Chase Graham. Tanya Faith Greer. Kelly Naomi Guerrero Delgado. Mackenzie K. Gwynn. Shelby Alexandra Hearn, cum laude. Kevin Dwayne Henry. Brenda Hernandez Lara. Sabino Herrera. Joshua Micah Hooton. Stephanie Jacinto Horta. Colin Jenkins, cum laude. Brenda Janeth Joaquin, magna cum laude. Chantel Deshay Johnson. Sky Johnson, magna cum laude. Casey Jewel Lane Kendrick, cum laude. Steve Gathuru Kibare. Nicolás Batista Lete. Juana Lopez, cum laude. Jackson Bailey Lyons, cum laude. Jana Lyndon Maddox, magna cum laude. David Marquez, cum laude. Elizabeth Grace Madison, magna cum laude. Nathan Scott McDaniel, magna cum laude. Joanna Eloisa Medlin, summa cum laude. Brianna Isabel Merriman, magna cum laude. Megan Coralie Michael. Darian K. Moore. Juan Dylan Moran Espino, magna cum laude. Haley Elizabeth Mull, cum laude. Sarah Murphy, cum laude. Andrea Patricia Nolasco. Andrea Pantoja. Joshua M. Perea, summa cum laude. Brian Perez, magna cum laude. Juana Anaí Pérez Reynoso. Austin Shane Pohl, cum laude. Lily Houston Price. Caitlin Pulliam. Ryan Reeves. Kowalski Shantae Ricks Jr. Jacob Ray Robertson. Melanie Sophia Romero. Abigail Sierra Romines. Silas Rossfield. Anna Karen Ruiz, magna cum laude. Mizuki Saika. Eric Sanchez, magna cum laude. Magna cum laude. Mallory Grace Shaw, magna cum laude. Damian Lee Solorzano. Austin L. Stevens, magna cum laude. Bailey Danielle Sullivan, summa cum laude. Jocelyn Tamay, cum laude. Katie Leanne Taylor. Michael DJ Tedder. Cooper Andrew Terry, summa cum laude. Jennifer Stacy Torres. Scarlett Valdez. Jenny Lydia Vasquez Mendez. Erika Bidana. Hunter J. Vinson. Isabella Noel Weigel. Megan Nicole Wilson, cum laude. Allison Wolf Driver, summa cum laude. Casey Lee Wright. Shania Zamora, magna cum laude. The following individuals will now be awarded bachelor degrees from the School of Education. Miriam Morales, summa cum laude. Kelsey Elizabeth Adams, magna cum laude. Madison Adams, magna cum laude. Jessica Alvarez. Lisande Barajas. Riley Catherine Bennett. Caitlin Grace Shambly, cum laude. Ella Bell Coley, cum laude. Catherine Grace Coley. Tamra Deanne Kreider, cum laude. Tristan Taylor Curry. Lacey D. Cushion. Branson M. DeFore, cum laude. Alexis Leanne Dill. Caitlin Marie Dowis. Ramsey Brooke Elrod, cum laude. Samuel Frere, magna cum laude. Daniel Frausto, cum laude. Alba Marina Gomez. Kaylee Gomez Guerrero. Raúl González, cum laude. Zoe Lynn Grow, magna cum laude. Elizabeth Wehan Hernandez, magna cum laude. Madison Riley Hughes, cum laude. Madeline Grace Morehouse, magna cum laude. Ashley Renee Pack. Maria Juliana Peinado. Brittany Isabella Pelico, magna cum laude. Emma E. Quarles, summa cum laude. Tanya Resendiz, summa cum laude. Amber Marie Ridley. Leah Abigail Ritchie. Gracie Lynn Roach, cum laude. Sandra Rodriguez, magna cum laude. Esmeralda Ruiz, cum laude. Emily Lynn Smith, cum laude. Cam Klein Souther, magna cum laude. Colt Roy Souther, magna cum laude. Marga Lynn Sumner, magna cum laude. Jessica Noemi Vera. Autumn Blair Vyers, cum laude. Hannah Renee Watts, magna cum laude. Victoria Grace West.
Please join me in recognizing the 2025 graduates of Dalton State College. Graduates, as a symbol of your accomplishments at the end of commencement into the next phase of your life, please move your tassel from right to left. So commencement is a day of recognition, and first and foremost, we are recognizing those who have earned an academic credential here at Dalton State. All of us here are so proud of you and the work you have done to get to this point. Your achievements will echo throughout not only your own life, but throughout your family's lives for generations to come. Congratulations. While each of our guests likely knows their own graduate story, I'd like to acquaint all of you with a little bit about our graduates. So we're going to do a little exercise here. Graduates, if you're a member of the following group, as we go through this, please stand to be recognized, and then you may sit back down after being recognized. So, if you are related to another Dalton State graduate from this year or any other year, please stand. Awesome. Please be seated. If you played intercollegiate athletics at Dalton State, please stand. Please be seated. If you are a member of the Dalton State student government or served in a student leadership role, please stand. If you serve or have served in the United States military, please stand. Any veterans? I don't know if we have any veterans here. Okay. We did this afternoon, but we certainly thank all of them for their service. If you graduated as a part of our honors program or with academic honors such as cum laude, magna cum laude, or summa cum laude, please stand. Wonderful. Please be seated. Just two more. If you are the first member of your family to graduate from college, please stand. Please be seated. And finally, if you worked at some point while you were enrolled at Dalton State College, please stand. Please be seated. Guests and graduates, you now understand a little better about why we are so proud of our graduates and what they have achieved. I would now like to recognize a few other groups. Dalton State has been a part of the Dalton community and Northwest Georgia for over 6 decades. Since our founding in 1963, and supported by the enduring vision of 4 local families who gave the land for the original campus, this college has benefited from the support of so many leaders over the years who have recognized that the future of our community and this region are wrapped up in the future of the people who live and work here and who study and grow at Dalton State. Leaders with names like Brown, Peoples, Bandy, the Wright School of Business, the same Lamar, Wright, and his late wife Ann, who is Dalton State class of 1969, by the way, the Shaw Industries Chair in STEM, and the James and Sis Brown Chair, scores of named endowed scholarships, and even the Barbara Schiffler 76 Award for Business Teaching. All of these are tangible daily reminders that we cannot do what we do without a significant level of community investment in our collective futures. Finally, we want to recognize the support in family and friends who have made this day possible. So, I'm now going to ask those in attendance to stand when you are recognized, and I'm going to ask your graduates to recognize them. I want to start with any friends, employers, or supporters of any graduating students. Please stand up and be recognized by our graduates. Any friends, supporters, employers? Surely they have some friends here. Yes, okay. Awesome. Thank you. You may be seated. And a very, very important group, if you are a family member of our graduates, please stand and let our graduates recognize you. Thank you, and please be seated. I would also like to recognize our faculty and staff who had such an important role in your education. If you are a faculty member who taught one of these graduates, please stand as you are able and remain standing so that we can recognize you. If you are a staff member who at one point assisted one of these students in their path to success, whether an admissions counselor, an advisor, a financial aid professional, or a groundskeeper, please stand as you are able and remain standing so that we can recognize you. Any of our staff here? Yep. Graduates, please give all of these people who have supported, taught, and facilitated today to happen, please give them one final round of recognition for what they've done. Graduates, I hope you remember the joy and the excitement you feel today, as Commissioner Holmes referenced in her speech, and that you hold that in your heart always. You will always be an important part of our Dalton State family, and I will be Now wanting to invite the Dalton State Songbirds to come forward and sing a selection. They will be followed by Mrs. Laura Alton Swindell, who will immediately come up after them to congratulate our graduates on behalf of our Alumni Association. Thank you.
Swift and the bold and brave, come the strong for the weak to save. Now beneath the midday sun, now for all the is run. They come with undenying spirit for all to see. From grief and pain and sorrow, we shall be free. Come the swift and the bold and brave, come the strong for the weak to save. Now beneath the midday sun, now for all, now for all, now for all, the race is run.
Good evening, everyone. As mentioned earlier, my name is Laura Alton Swindell, and I have the absolute honor of being here tonight to congratulate you and speak to you for just a minute on behalf of Society 63. Society 63 is Dalton State's Alumni Association, and I want to tell you just a little bit about how we got started and a little bit of my story that led into the founding of Society 63. So picture it with me, if you will. It's March of 2020. I'm a senior at Dalton State in my final semester of undergrad, the home stretch, and I'm beyond excited to graduate with my bachelor's degree in less than 2 months' time. I just accepted a job with the United States Senate, working part-time ahead of graduation, and would begin full-time work upon officially earning my degree. There was something in the news in the background called COVID-19, but really at that point I felt invincible, like nothing could stop me or get in my way. But then we left the Dalton State campus for spring break. None of us had any idea that the world as we knew, much less myself knew, that it was preparing to shut down. 5 years ago, about this time, I ultimately earned my bachelor's degree from Dalton State. But there was no graduation ceremony, no celebration with family, friends, and loved ones, and no saying goodbye to those who I became friends with as a student here at Dalton State. I really felt as if that chapter of my life at Dalton State and my active involvement in the greater campus community came to a crashing and abrupt stop. It really felt as if that chapter of my life was incomplete, but I moved on and kept going because the world kept turning. About 2.5 years after I earned my bachelor's degree from Dalton State, I was working at a local law firm when one of my best friends, who I actually met at Dalton State, called me and asked if I would be interested in helping start the college's first formal alumni association. I was in a pretty rough spot at the time, and I didn't know if I really wanted to take on an additional responsibility, much less help start an alumni association. I had just escaped from an abusive marriage, and that had left me having to pick up the pieces of my life professionally and personally. I had not even been allowed to talk to this best friend while I was in that relationship, but thankfully, she remembered me, and she reached out and gave me an opportunity for which I am forever grateful. Because her call that day helped me to rebuild my life, reconnect with friends whom I had not seen or talked with in years, and ultimately landed me where I am today, here with you, working in my dream job, advocating for children and their families in Georgia, reaching what I once thought to be a far-fetched goal of earning a graduate degree from the University of Tennessee, go Vols. But I was a roadrunner first. Hey, my people, I hear you. I own and operate my own travel business as my fun side job. And truly, I'm just the happiest I've ever been. And all these things would not have been possible for me without the connections and academic foundations forged during my time at Dalton State. So let's go back to Society 63. I've served as the founding president since 2022. As you all close the chapters of your lives as Dalton State students tonight and graduate, I know that each of you will go out into the world and do amazing work that fits your own unique calling in life. But wherever your calling takes you, please know that you always have a home here at Dalton State, and staying connected and involved through Society 63 helps you do just that. Through a membership in Society 63, you and countless other Dalton State alumni across the country and throughout the world can stay connected and promote the success of future generations of Dalton State students, much like yourselves. Not only can you stay connected with Dalton State, but a membership in Society 63 offers unique experiences to expand your professional knowledge and to give back to the community through service opportunities. Joining Society 63 is truly simple, and you can join at any time via the alumni page of the Dalton State website, but you'll also receive an email from the association soon welcoming you to the alumni community and with additional information about how to join. Thank you all for your time this evening, and on behalf of the entire membership of Society 63, we wish you nothing but the best as you begin these new chapters of your lives, and we are incredibly proud of you all. Congratulations, Dalton State Class of 2025.
Thank you, Laura. We will now conclude the commencement ceremony this evening with the singing of the alma mater, which I believe can be found in your program book, led by the Dalton State Songbirds, followed by the recessional. During the recessional, the audience is requested to remain standing until your graduates have made their way out of the room. Thank you for joining us in this celebration. Have a great week, a wonderful rest of your evening, and a safe travels home. Please rise for the alma mater and recessional.
Mighty